Mic check, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Good Monday morning. I'm First Alert Meteorologist Bob Trihy. Hope you're staying safe in the aftermath of the storm. And boy, what a storm it was, with the snow, the sleet, the rain, and now it is the black ice. Of course, we had all that rain last night, and anything that was standing slush or snow or just plain water froze solid. I noticed that this morning. I almost fell over. It was very slick in the parking lot I was in, and I want to talk about the slick conditions out there this morning. We talk about the refreeze, and you really don't know until you're out in it, so you really have to be careful. Shuffle your feet, be very careful. Let's talk about black ice real quick, and kind of the phenomenon of it. And it really isn't black. What it is it's actually a very thin layer of ice on the road, and it is so thin it's practically transparent, making it hard to spot. Now this morning we had the black ice, but we also had some snow showers too that can make it even more slippery. So if you're out and about this morning, or really much of the day, drive below the speed limit. Be very careful out there. Don't travel unless you absolutely have to. And just leave a lot of space between you and the car in front of you. That's very, very important. I know people still go over the speed limit even though we have these treacherous conditions, but you really want to exercise caution because now it's cold. Once again, any of that standing slush or water has frozen solid. Look at these temperatures: 26 in Georgetown, Bethany Beach at 29, Prentice Ann 28, and you're chiseling out of the ice along the eastern shore. You picked up about a quarter inch of ice around Cambridge back through Easton, so really be careful there as well. 26 there and 25 in Harrington right now. And the wind chill, it is cold out there and about to get a lot colder as well. We're feeling like teens and low 20s with the wind, so if you're out there cleaning off your car, really bundle up and layer up as well. Hat, gloves, scarf, maybe polar fleece underneath, and Gore-Tex on the outside because it is that cold. It feels like 17 in Georgetown, 19 in Bethany Beach, 15 in Cambridge right now. So we want to talk about cold weather safety because it's going to be cold not only today and tomorrow, but for the week ahead. So what you want to do is avoid prolonged exposure to the cold. Stay in a warmer place. Kind of common sense there. Dress in multiple layers and make sure you cover exposed skin. That is very important when we're talking about wind chill values below zero, and I think we'll be seeing that as we go through the week ahead. Know the signs of hypothermia. That's very important. And safely heat your home. Never use your oven, and also with a generator, if your power is out, never have that generator in your garage or in your living space. You want that outside because it puts off carbon monoxide, and of course that's a silent killer. So you want to ventilate that and make sure you have that outside. Drink warm beverages. That's very important. And protect your pets. Remember your four-legged friends. Make sure that they're staying warm, that they're not exposed to the cold weather, and that they have some water and everything to stay safe. Now, as far as signs of hypothermia, this is when it gets really, really cold, and this could happen, I say, in the middle to latter part of the week because we're looking at temperatures only getting into the low 20s perhaps for highs, and then those feels like temperatures below zero. So we're talking about signs of hypothermia. hypothermia. You might feel confused and you're going to be shivering. So that is a sign that your core of your body is trying to warm up. So when your body shivers, that's kind of telling your inner core to stay warm and that you're losing heat. Difficulty speaking, maybe your speech may be slurred due to the exposure to the cold weather, and then you might feel sleepy. Now, this is the extreme of hypothermia, but you want to keep these symptoms in mind when we get into the really cold weather, and you might have stiff muscles as well. So confusion, shivering, difficulty speaking, sleepiness, stiff muscles, all signs of hypothermia. So make sure you keep those in mind. Here's a live look at our tunnel and razor cam right now. Boy, doesn't that look like winter or what? 25 degrees in Lewis right now. It says the winter comp, but those winds are blowing. You can see the wind kind of making its way across the water there. Very cold and windy, very winter-like. We've seen a few leftover snow showers this morning. We're seeing those around the Salisbury area right now. In fact, I'm going to zoom in on some of these snow showers and take a look real quick. And you can see right now that we are looking at some of these snow showers back into areas around Salisbury, a little burst of snow. So as I mentioned, we have the black ice, but then you put some snow on top of that, and that makes it even more slippery. Farther to the north, you can see a few snow showers right now back into areas around Delmar, and then right along the state line of Delaware and Maryland, too. We had some snow showers earlier back through Lewis and Georgetown and Seaford, but right now it looks like the focus of those are back towards the midshore and some bursts of heavier snow here, Mount Vernon, back to areas of Salisbury. So not quite done with the falling snow yet as it continues to move through the area. I'll put this in motion. You can see this is one last burst of snow that's moving through, and then it's just plain cold behind this system as Arctic high pressure is building into the area behind this low, and there's just a ton of cold air across the upper plains that will be building in the next several days. And there goes that storm off the coast. Adios to that historic storm that stretched for thousands of miles, really causing a lot of problems. So feels like temperatures as we go through this morning into the afternoon, feeling like the low to mid-teens. Then it gets really cold as we go into this evening, feeling like single digits above zero. And then we move into Tuesday morning, and we are going to be feeling like single digits above zero. And it's another morning where we could be looking at black ice and very slippery conditions. Feels like temperatures Tuesday afternoon into the teens, and then we go into Wednesday morning, once again, very cold, with feels like temperatures in the single digits. Then I think it gets even worse later in the week as another shot of cold air builds in, and feels like temperatures Thursday morning. Look at this, 5 below in Seaford, 7 below in Georgetown, 6 below in Millsboro is what it will feel like Thursday morning, 5 below in Fenwick Island, and then as we move into Friday morning, more of the same, sub-zero wind chills to start. That's why we want to stress to really be careful in the cold. Make sure you layer up and stay safe and stay warm. Here's Futurecast beginning at noon. We're looking at temperatures in the mid to upper 20s. I think the snow showers are moving out, and we will see some sunshine as we go into the afternoon. So even though temperatures are below freezing, I think it will melt some of the roads. This evening, we see those temperatures falling back into the teens. So the sun goes down, and once again, we'll see the refreeze of any slush or water. So black ice definitely a problem again as we go into Tuesday morning. As we're looking at temperatures around 10 to 15 degrees at that time. Very, very cold, and then pretty cold again as we go into Tuesday afternoon. Temperatures only into the mid to upper 20s. We're supposed to be into the mid 40s this time of year, so we are well below that as we go into the next several days. I just want to go backwards real quick because it looked like there was a little snow shower that could be building in as we go into later Tuesday into Wednesday morning as we see these reinforcing shots of colder air, and it's going to be really cold by the end of the week as we're looking at Wednesday. And I'm just going to manually go through this, and then Wednesday morning we're seeing temperatures very cold in the single digits to teens, and then into the afternoon hours, just look at that. We do not get out of the teens for a lot of us for high temperatures. So it's possible that we could break record low high temperatures. I think for Georgetown, the record low high is somewhere in the low 20s. So it could be actually colder than that as we go into Wednesday and Thursday. That's why we stress to be really safe out there. As we go through the morning hours into the afternoon, we're looking at temperatures into the upper 20s. And then this evening, once again, we'll see refreeze of any water or slush and temperatures falling back through the lower 20s. And then we're looking at feels like temperatures in the teens and then into the single digits as we go into the overnight hours. And our 5-day temperature trend is amazing. I mean, we are looking at temperatures that are 20, 25 degrees below average because the average high is 45 degrees. And we're looking at 28 today, actually 28 tomorrow, 26 on Wednesday. And then Thursday, I think we could set that record low high. With a high of only 20, and then Friday 22 and Saturday 24. So it's just going to be a very cold stretch for the area. So I do want to also mention too that we have a cold weather advisory. Obviously, as we go through time, I think this will continue to be extended as we go through the next several days, as we'll continue to see these waves of very cold air just kind of coming into Delmarva and just kind of reinforcing the cold air as we go into the next several days. So watch the slick and icy conditions. Also, be safe in the cold and have a great day. First Alert Meteorologist Bob Trihy. And by the way, make sure to follow us on socials. We'll continue to update you here and on the air as well on Coast TV News midday. For Coast TV, I'm Bob Trihy. Have a great day.